Hey everybody, Ananias here, and we're gonna do something a little different. And I know, I know I say that every single time, but this is gonna be the very first Atari Jaguar game that I'm gonna be kind of showing you guys. I've kind of gotten back into the Atari Jaguar a little bit. Not that I was ever super into it to begin with, but video game retro gaming. I don't. For those of you that don't know, has gotten obscenely expensive. For over the last about year and a half, what have you. With Jaguar games, don't haven't seemed to have gone up much, at least not in my experience. Anyway, so I'm kind of low key collecting, or recollecting, I guess you could say, for this console. Um, Here's the thing: this game I haven't actually played, so we're going to be kind of discovering this one together a little bit. Now I popped it in just to make sure it worked, but hadn't gotten back to it. So let's take a look at this here. Oh, and this game is Trevor McFur in Crescent Galaxy, I think is the name of it. Now, again, apologies if I sound a little weird. My allergies are absolutely killing me right now. Okay, so advanced slides. What is that? Skeletal vultures. Oh, okay. So I guess it just kind of tells you a little bit about. Oh, okay, so I guess it's about that area. This actually reminds me a little bit. Yeah, this reminds me a little bit of Lords of Thunder here in the opening, where you can select. Looks like you can select where you want to go, or where you want to yeah, where you want to go. Except you can't go here yet. Let's be captured. Okay. Let's take a quick gander at the controls here. Special bomb. Okay. ABC. C shoots bomb special. Okay. Shoot back up. All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Um. Oh, cyber cherubs. Your arrows aren't full of love. Okay. Well. All right. Well, you know what? I don't know one over the other, so let's just B starts game for whatever reason. B. Okay. Okay. What the what the actual holy hell is that? Okay. Oh my goodness. We just lost somebody. Sorry. Press the fire button. I don't even remember. Okay, C. It's fire. Enter your sector. Heads up, McFur. Uh, there's literally no music. Wow, that came out fast. Why is there no music? Okay. This real. Okay, so that's bombs. Looks like I have unlimited of those. I got a weapon pouch. Or, well, I did. Looks like you lose it when you get hit. Again, I'm going to sniffle a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Wow, this is actually really kind of difficult. An analog stick here would be really useful. This D-pad. Yeah, the Jaguar's D-pad is not the best. I'll be honest with you. Don't know what I just picked up there. Maybe I ought to try. Wow. Okay, Okay, fire to continue. Okay. Maybe I ought to see what this special thing is. I shoot a little ball that bounces around. That thing is like heat seeking. Let's grab that. But yeah, I've kind of been sort of low key collecting for the Jaguar. I've picked up. Well, I picked this one up. This has probably been about a year or so ago. But I got Brutal football, sports football, something like that. It looks sort of like. Oh my gosh, I just suck. Wow. Okay, so you don't have like any time between the time you die and the there's no like forgiveness like grace period. Um, what was I saying? Oh, Brutal Sports Football. I picked that one up relatively recently. I actually played a little bit of that. That's actually a pretty fun game, to be honest. It's sort of like Mutant League Football, the one that came out on the hell I don't know. Was it the Genesis? I think. It's probably. I'm sure it was on other consoles as well. I think I have it on the Genesis. But it looks sort of like that, except it's more of a. It's more like a football soccer hybrid type game in that you have goals and there's no plays. It just goes continually. But it's actually kind of it's kind of fun. So I'll probably end up doing that one on here. I will say I didn't get very good at it yet, um, but it was fun. And then I've got Alien versus Predator, which I'll do on here, and I've got Raiden. Did I make it to the? Okay, I guess I got to the end of that level. I have to say the presentation's really like. Is that somebody screaming? Is that like a head like elongated? Am I imagining things there? Well, anyway, consider yourself lucky. Okay, press fire to continue. Oh, it's a boss. That was kind of really my fault. Okay, let's see. Oh, my special's different. Oh, okay. Then yeah, okay. The A button literally has done all three of those weird things. Like, is there somewhere where I can see like what it's gonna do? Okay, so see, I hit the C button again, and like another fighter came out to help. It almost feels random. Okay, don't go above it. I really try not to get hit, but gosh, there's no pattern like at all. Which I mean, that's kind of cool that there's no pattern really. I guess, but I have a feeling I'm gonna run out of continues. Like it's, I don't, I, I don't think I'll be able to just keep hitting continue forever. Okay, I want another. Oh, I just shot a magnet at it. Okay, let's try to see what special. Okay, yeah, it's another magnet. Sweet. Oh, actually, I kind of like those explosions. That reminded me a little bit of like Doom or something. But honestly, let's talk a little bit about this background. The background was completely okay. Wow. The background there was completely static. There was no parallax scrolling. There was nothing cool or crazy. Now, this game, I remember having some absolutely beautiful. What the hell is happening? What is this? Why is there? Is that like a year? Five? No, it couldn't be. That's like a time or something. Why are there hummingbirds? What is that? I guess that was the metallic cherubs they were talking about. Somebody was on drugs. That's drugs are the only the only explanation for this. God, I forgot even what I was saying. Um, okay, it looks like I can't continue. I'm honestly kind of okay with with that. Okay, wow. But at least there was some movement here in the backgrounds, and I will say it was a little imaginative there. But that one background was totally static. There were no layers. There was nothing there that screamed 64-bit, and that was really honestly kind of the big. I feel like kind of the big downfall with this console. It was. I'm not going to say it was single-handedly. We'll try a different place. I'm not going to say it was single-handedly responsible for the death of the Beastar the Bit Wars. But I guess this console and the 32X really, because if you think about it, both of those consoles when they came out, they really pushed how many bits they were, and then it finally showed the public that bits aren't everything. And okay, this is I feel like this is the same place I went to before. I just went to start hit B, which I think that's what I did last time. I'm really confused. But another issue really that they had, and I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but another issue really with the Jaguar was, and the 32X both really, a lot of the games were rushed, and they just weren't finished, and that definitely is is the feeling I get here, is that it was just absolutely just rushed to the point that some of the button selection type stuff doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, or there's no music. Here, and they certainly could have done something. Um, and the Jaguar really wasn't. I'm not going to say it was ultra powerful. I mean, but it was. It was cutting edge. But at the time, but the games did not look four times better than the Super Nintendo, and in a lot of cases, didn't look any better than the Super Nintendo. Um, one could argue honestly that the Super Nintendo a lot of times, damn it, looked quite a bit better. Now it couldn't have done I guess all of this stuff, but I did play Raiden on here quite a bit, but it didn't look that much better than the TurboGrafx 16 version. I've got both of them. Um, I guess maybe it was a little bit sharper, but oh, speaking of which, while I'm thinking about it, I am playing this on actual hardware, which you guys probably guessed since I kind of complained about the D-pad. The Jaguar D-pad was just kind of notoriously crappy. Um, but anyway, um, I am playing this on original hardware. I've got it hooked up through a line doubler, which is sort of like an upscaler. But there's not really, at least my understanding. Gosh, I shouldn't have gone for that B. Um, at least my understanding, there's not really any software going on there. It's a what is that called? I can't look down. Um, Retrobit or something like that. Anyway, RetroTink. There we go. RetroTink. 2x. So it basically doubles the lines, but it doesn't add. Yeah, I think those are supposed to be faces. Um, it doesn't really add any delay. A lot of that stuff will add just a little bit of delay between the time you press the button um, and it actually doing something. But a line doubler doesn't do that. Um, it's perfect for retro consoles because you've got um, a lot of those have really low resolution. So if you want to play them on an HD TV, which is exactly what I'm doing, I'm just going through my game capture device. Then it's ideal. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going S video. Gosh, I'm going S video into that line doubler. This is really, actually, really hard. There's got to be something I'm missing here because this is. Maybe I just need to pay more attention. Anyways, now I'm going into my capture device there. Now it is nice that you can actually hold down the button, and it just fire. That was something that wasn't always the case in consoles or in games this age. As a matter of fact, okay, I didn't even get to the next level here to see what was going on. Yeah, let's give it one more whirl here, and then I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out what I did wrong, or maybe I didn't do anything wrong because it was a different boss. Maybe all these boards are exactly the same. Let's try this. A to advance slide. Okay, well, I only have two options. So, craggy moon network of caves and tunnels. I'd like to get because I remember seeing in the ads growing up, like in EGM or Game Pro, the ads for this game, and every screenshot it was the same, like in all of their ads, and it was this beautifully multicolored background. Pyramids, really? It was this beautiful multicolored background with this big skeletal thing coming up out of the marshes or whatever, and the game looked gorgeous, and it was actually I remember asking my parents for a yeah I don't anyway, and I remember asking my folks for a Jaguar, in effect based on that picture, just how awesome it looked and this and that, and they declined. I didn't. I ended up getting. I've had my Jaguar since the days I lived there in Knoxville. But Um, I bought it toward very, very definitely toward the end of its life cycle because I remember paying $50 for it um, at the mall. I think it was at Electronic Boutique or Software Etc. But I think it was Electronic Boutique. Um, and actually, I could kick myself. I think they're at the beginning, that opening thing. I just get to pick what enemies I face. I think that's it. But anyway, um, interesting story. After I had moved this most recent time, and I lived in Morristown, Tennessee for a little while, um, I I frequent thrift stores, and I have for years and years and years. But anyways, I went to it was a mom and pop thrift store type deal, and I was absolutely broke. This would have been about 10 years ago ish. Would have been around 2012, maybe 2011. But anyways, went to a mom and pop thrift store, and I kid you not, had an Atari Jaguar for $10. And at this point, as far as my non-purchases go, is one of my bigger regrets because the things are getting obnoxiously expensive. So I wish I had gotten it, but I would have actually bought it had I had any money. But I remember having the money to get it. I mean, like I had $20 on me, but it was like all I had to my name for it until I got paid another, a couple days away or something. Um, but looking back on it now, I should have bought it and then just eaten ramen noodles and tuna fish for a couple days. Just sucked it up. But and that's certainly what I would do now, because I do not have a backup Atari Jaguar. A lot of my older retro consoles I do have backups of. So I've got like two consoles, or in some cases three. Like I've got three Dreamcasts. Um, Fire to continue. Okay, let's see if we can get past this and see if the second level is different. Okay, so it changes the enemies, but it doesn't change the backgrounds. I think that's what's going on. Okay, now I'm behind it. That's not usually a good place. Wow, I'm not hurting this thing at all. I hate it doesn't pause it, and I missed that power up. Where am I supposed to be shooting this thing at? Because I am not hurting it in the slightest. Okay, I finally did something to it. Okay, its health's seems to be going down now some. What an odd, bizarre. All three of these bosses, it feels like they just kind of did stuff. Like, they're like, oh, we need a boss. Well, let's just put, I don't know, some hot or hamburger buns in between a bowling ball and, you know, stick a bocce ball onto the top of it and, I don't know, some little teacups and we've got a boss. And I'm really not paying attention. I was looking at the boss and not watching. Gosh! Okay. Come on. This is a lot more. I mean, it's firing like one bullet. How can I not dodge it? Am I really that bad? Okay, come on. Come down here. Come down here. Let's go. I'm usually pretty good at. I don't really have any explanation for that. But anyways, I died, and so that's Trevor McFur in Crescent Galaxy. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I don't know how much I'm gonna go back and play this. Go back and play this one, but I'm gonna do some Atari Jaguar games going forward. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe.